Gobble gobble. Welcome to We Eat So Good. Today we're going to do a turkey pot pie and we'll find out what Phil does while he's all alone in the house.
You leave me all alone in the house with leftover turkey, this is what happens. Turkey pot pie.
I'm going to disappear for a week.
Yeah, this comes out really good. It's a great way to use up whatever turkey you got left after you do the sandwiches, after you do the soups and everything. So I'm starting here by cutting up some potatoes and then some carrots. And I'm just trying to get them about the same size, just like edible bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, and this is definitely one where you want to do Yukons or the Red Bliss. You don't want to do russets.
Yeah, they don't come out as like creamy and they don't hold up as well as, especially like the red potatoes. They hold up really well in this kind of recipe.
Mm-hmm. And we like skins on.
Yep, just a little bit more nutrients, a little bit more flavor, and getting some carrots chopped up here. And I was looking at the camera viewfinder as I was doing it, so I'm lucky I didn't chop my finger off.
Me too.
Yeah, and this is just showing the size of the carrots and potatoes. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just trying to get them to kind of bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, rustic.
And here, this is me again trying to make sure I'm sort of in the middle of the screen so you guys can see it. Yeah, that's close enough. All right.
I guess this goes to show how important I really am in these things.
Yeah, because this took me probably 3 or 4 times longer than it should have, than it usually does. It's a lot easier when you're helping me out, dear.
Oh, that's true. And I'm not even pointing out all the stuff I'm noticing. So, I mean, I'm being very supportive right now.
What are you noticing?
You left a skin on.
I did, but you probably ate it and didn't notice either, so.
Oh, valid.
Couple little mini skins in there. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So here I'm just boiling the carrots and potatoes to get them soft before they get added into the rest of the mixture.
But not like fully cooked, right? Just like soft?
Yeah, enough where you can get a fork easily into it, but you don't want them to be like mushy because you still want them to have some texture once they're mixed into everything else.
All right, so not going to mash potato soft. Got it.
Exactly. So here you can see fork goes in easily. Okay, they're done. So drain off the water and then on to the next step. Get the big pot out.
Oh, I'm into this. Look at that beautiful butter. What?
So what happened was I started melting the butter, and the camera wasn't on, and my genius idea was I'll just take the butter out and then put it back in. This is where I needed your help to tell me that was a weird idea. But anyway, okay, so the onions are cooking in the butter, and then I'm adding some salt in just to get them soft. This is when you put in all the seasonings too. Salt, pepper, and thyme. Thyme is what really makes it have that pot pie flavor.
And so what are you actually doing? You're making the gravy? Is that what we're calling it?
Yep, making kind of like the gravy for it.
Oh, a roux.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep, making the roux here. So equal parts butter and flour. And it gets really thick, but once you get everything in there, it's the perfect consistency. So just mixing it up here, getting that raw flour taste cooked out a bit.
And how do you know?
You can just smell it. So if you get really close to it, smell it. If it still smells like flour, just go a little bit longer. It's usually about 2-3 minutes before you can, start adding the other milk and liquid ingredients.
Gotcha.
So here I put the milk in. You want to do this kind of like in stages. You don't want to dump everything in all at once. So the heat went down to like medium-low here, and I'm just adding in the milk. I did it in 2 stages just to make it easier.
Gotcha. Now, when I do a roux, I like to do either like a half and half or a whole milk. What did you use?
This was whole milk.
Ooh, did you see that broth?
I know. It's extra gelatinous. That's because it was our turkey broth. It came out amazing. Homemade turkey broth. If you're cooking a turkey, you might as well make the broth and then use it for this recipe because it comes out amazing.
Yeah, and when we're talking stock, you want Jello Jiggler. That is the good stuff.
Absolutely. So now that all the liquid ingredients are in there, mixed in with the roux, you can see how it's leaving tracks when I'm kind of moving the whisk through there. You can tell it's thick enough. Coats the spoon really well, just like a gravy. Here's a good opportunity to taste it, see if it needs anything else. We like a lot of black pepper, so I put in a little extra black pepper there.
Yeah, that's like the best spice with like a cream sauce, don't you think?
Absolutely. And here it's on low, and I'm just adding in the ingredients to warm them all up here. So that's frozen carrots. Frozen peas, frozen corn. And the corn was corn we cut off the cob, so I'm just stabbing it a little to break it up.
You might recognize that from one of our summertime episodes, probably.
And here I'm putting in the carrots and potatoes.
Nice. Now, I see you went with the big pot.
I thought I went with the big pot. It's funny, I was like, this will have plenty of room. But by the time I got everything in there, it was just big enough.
Well, I don't think you can have too much pot pie. Just saying.
Yeah, and the good thing about this is you can put it in containers or bags and freeze whatever you don't use. So once you're done here, this is basically done. Everything's warmed up. You mix it together. You can put it in a pie crust. We like to have ours in a little bit of a different way, a little bit of a twist.
Yeah, and if you're interested on how we cook that turkey, we just released a turkey episode, and you'll like it.
We like eating ours with a spoon and a nice fresh buttermilk biscuit.
Biscuits.
Oh, it is so good.
Buttertastic meal.
Enjoy.